Hey, welcome to Draw My Life, with me, Narcissus. So let me start from the beginning. My mom was the nymph Liriope, and she was the first person to make a test of truth to Tiresias, who gave advice to the people who came for it. She asked him if her child, that's me, would live to see a ripe old age. And you know what he said to her? He said, if he never knows himself. I mean, what's that supposed to mean? For a really long time, my mom found those words to be empty, but what happened in my life finally proved those words true. So I grew up, and in my 16th year, I was still a boy, but I was pretty manly. A lot of maidens were checking me out, but I didn't need them. I was prideful and great enough without them. So one day I was driving a startled deer into my nets, and I felt like someone was watching me. I found out later it was a nymph known as Echo. Echo had a resounding voice and couldn't be quiet when anyone spoke to her, but she couldn't speak until someone spoke to her. Weird, I know, but anyways. Echo had a body, but she could only repeat the last words of what someone says to her. So when this nymph, Echo, saw me, she fell in love instantly, and she started stalking me and following me around. Totally creepy. Turns out, the more she followed me, the more she fell in love. Her heart was on fire for all of this. Apparently she had wanted to talk to me the whole time she was following me, but couldn't. So finally I ended up feeling like someone was following me, and I was like, is anyone here? And she was like, here! And I was like, what? So I was looking around for the person calling after me, and I said, come. And you know what she said? She said, come. I still couldn't see her, so I asked her, why do you run away from me? And you know what she did? She said the exact same thing I said. So I was like, here, let's meet. I'm sounding pretty eager, I must add. Echo said, let us meet. So she comes running at me, arms trying to fling around my neck in a lovey-dovey way, and I was like, I do not think so. So I ran away from her, and I was screaming, take your hands away, do not try to embrace me. May I die before you hold me in your power. And then she was like, hold me in your power. And I kept running away from that creepy Echo. Then I found out later Echo hid herself in the woods, hiding in leaves and living in caves. Even after I left her, though, she still loved me. I mean, I'm not surprised. Look at me. Who wouldn't love this? But moving on. Basically, over time, she withered away, leaving only her voice to be heard by everyone. Some people say her bones turned into stone, so after the whole Echo incident, I was messing with other nymphs and making fun of gatherings of some men, 'cause that was weird. But then I heard some random guy talking to the heavens, saying, so may he love himself, so may he fail to win what he loves. Sounded stupid to me. Well, turns out Nemesis heard his prayer. Here's where the story gets really interesting. So after a long day of hunting, I found this super clear silvery pool, and no one was there, so I got myself a drink. While I was drinking some water, I saw this beautiful creature in the water looking back at me. I didn't move a muscle, just admiring the handsome guy in the water. Starry eyes, godlike hair, youthful cheeks, everything admirable. I longed for that person in the water, and I was set on fire by love. Not literally, but basically. I didn't leave that spot for anything, not even food. I held my arms out to the trees and cried, has anyone ever had a crueler love than mine? What I behold enthralls me, but the enchanting sight escapes my reach, yet only a sheer covering of water separates us. You would think we could touch each other when so little stands between us. Whoever you are, rise up and come here to me. Why, splendid youth, do you slip away from me? Where do you disappear to when I reach out? I cried, alas, and Echo, feeling pity for me, cried back, alas. And then I said to the water boy, alas, beloved boy, loved in vain. My last word was farewell, and farewell was the word Echo repeated. I rested my head on the grass and closed my eyes one final time. So basically I died. Echo repeated the words of sorrow from my loved ones. When my funeral pyre came around, they could not find my body. In place of it was a yellow flower circled up with white petals. So now I live on as the flower known as Narcissus. Original, I know. And you can get one at almost any flower store. Well, that's my life from beginning to end. Thanks for watching, and if you're wondering, I'm more beautiful than the flower.